Today I'm going to make my predictions for this upcoming week of NASCAR racing. This weekend is going to be a little different compared to other NASCAR race weekends, because usually on a typical weekend you see 3 races. One Truck Series race and one Xfinity race and then the Cup race. So you got 3 races in one weekend. But no, this weekend you're going to see 4 races. You're going to see the Truck Series in action on Saturday. And then later on that Saturday, around 3 o'clock, you're going to see the Cup Series in action. And then Sunday morning at 12 o'clock there, you're going to see the Xfinity Series in action. And then the Cup Series will be in action around 4 o'clock that afternoon. So it's going to be a little different, but let's get started with the race picks.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Before I get into the race picks and the recent winners, I want to add that I am doing a Pick 5 contest for this weekend's race at the Pocono Raceway. Like I said earlier, this weekend's different because you get 2 Cup races, but I am still doing a Pick 5 contest. And for all y'all that don't know how a Pick 5 contest works, well, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is go down to the comment section down below, type in who you think is going to finish in the top 5. If you get 5 for 5 correct, you get the autographed hero card. If you get 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card. You get the point. And all you got to do this weekend is type in 5 drivers. And the 5 drivers are good for both races. And if they finish top 5 for both races, I might double it down. Who knows? Because that's kind of rare and odd. I highly doubt that would happen. But if it happens, I'm going to give that a big reward. But let's get into the recent winners. The 5 most recent winners at the Pocono Raceway for the summer race has been pretty much dominated by the Toyota camp for at least the last 2 years, I guess you can say. Last year, 2019, Kyle Busch won the race, and this race was a little weird. Track position was key, and Kyle Busch had it, and that's how he won. And in 2018, Martin Truex Jr. got the job done that day. And in 2017, Ryan Blaney got the dub. This was his first career win in NASCAR Cup Series at top level. He had to pass Kyle Busch with 20 to go. And as he passed him, when you side by side with another car, the car behind catches up because you're side drafting and slowing down one another. And Harvick got up to him. And he held him off. So he did a good job there. And he earned his first win at Pocono. And in 2016, you saw the 41 of Kurt Busch get the job done. This was not given to him either. He didn't have his regular crew chief on the box. Tony Gitson was suspended by NASCAR, and he had to rely on Johnny Klossmeyer to make the right calls, actually, ouch. But Klossmeyer did, and he told him to stay out and save some fuel, start lifting a couple of 1,000 feet before the start-finish line, and he'll be good. And it all worked out. He won Pocono, and more importantly, he locked himself into the playoffs. And in 2015, you saw the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. get the job done. This was a big win, not just for Truex, but for the whole Furniture Road Racing. It had a dry spell for both driver and team. Truex did not win a race since 2013 at Sonoma, and the team did not win a race since 2011 at the Darlington race, where you saw Reagan Smith edge out Carl Edwards on the last lap. But those are your 5 most recent winners: 18, 78, 21, 41, and 78. But let's get into Saturday's top 5. My top 5 for Saturday's race at Pocono is pretty much based off of facts and recent momentum. But finishing first, I got the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Truex has 2 wins here in the last 5 years in the summer, so you really can't count him out. And he won Martinsville about a week and a half ago, so I still think he's still riding high on momentum, so I think he's going to win this Saturday's race at Pocono. Finishing second, I got the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has 3 wins this season. He won the Daytona 500, the season opener, and he won the Darlington night race, which was on a Wednesday night. It was the big test for NASCAR because so many years NASCAR has been, and the fans have been wanting to try out a midweek race, and there it was, and Hamlin won that. And most recently, he won the Homestead Miami race, which was big because he saw the fans back in attendance, 1,000 of them. And yeah, get the point. He has 3 wins, but I think he finishes second. He won the fall race last year in Pocono, so I still think he rides high on momentum at the Pocono Raceway. And in third place, I got the 4-car of Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick has been up and down, I guess you can say, this season. 1 minute he can be running up to inside the top 5, and the next time you turn around, he might be running for 10th place or 15th place. Who knows? But I got him finishing third. And in fourth place, I got the most recent winner, and that's the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney got his first career win, like I said earlier, at Pocono. So this is a big track for him, and I think he's going to perform well here this weekend. So I got him finishing fourth. And in fifth place, you cannot count out the 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is the most recent winner at Pocono for at least a summer race at least. Hamlin won the fall, but he won the summer race last year, so you really can't count him out. But Kyle Busch, though, hasn't been having the best of seasons. Starts, I guess you can say. By now, halfway through the regular season, he probably has 1 to 2, 3 wins. But right now, he does not. And this weekend at Pocono, it might be the turning point. But for at least, as of now, the Saturday race would not be the turning point. But let's get into Sunday's picks and dark horse for Saturday's 10 of Eric Amarola. My top 5 for Sunday's race is pretty much based off of facts and recent momentum, like I said earlier. But here we go. Finishing first, I got the 18 of Kyle Busch. Just like I said a couple moments ago, Kyle Busch hasn't been having the best of season starts, and he's going to get the ball rolling this weekend at Pocono. He's going to start off with the top 5 and eventually turn it into a win in the Sunday race. This race right here is going to be 350 miles, so pretty lengthy, but you know what? I think he gets the job done. Second place, I got Denny Hamlin, and I kind of find this ironic and weird. But Denny Hamlin's going to finish back-to-back 2 days in a row to his teammate, and just crazy. Truex is going to win day 1, and Busch is going to win day 2. It's going to feel weird for that 11 camp. But in third place, I got the 2-car Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski has been up and down this year. 1 minute he might be competing for wins, and another minute turn around he might be competing for a 20th place finish. It's just crazy. That's just whole team Penske for you in 2020. Ryan Blaney, without a doubt, is the most consistent driver in that camp. But like I said, though, Brad Keselowski is going to finish third. But in fourth place, I got the 24 car of William Byron. William Byron hasn't been running too well this season. And I know it might sound silly to say this, but William Byron, if he does not get his stuff together, he might not be in a Cup Series ride in the near distance future. It just, you really can't argue with that. He hasn't been performing well. He's 18th in points right now, and that does not cut it. You're racing for Rick Hendrick, and the other 3 teammates are inside the playoffs, and it just, I just don't see him racing in the Cup Series for much longer if he does not performing well. But I think he's going to shut up a lot of haters like myself this weekend at Pocono and finish 4th. But finishing 5th, I got the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson could have probably won the Talladega race this past Monday if Kevin Harvick were not to spin him out. But it was not on purpose. It was on accident. Harvick just misjudged it, and the spotter did too. But Johnson probably could have won that race and had some momentum. He could have probably did well the first Pocono race and second race. Who knows? But I got him finishing 5th. But my dark horse for Sunday's race is going to be the 14 of Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer is having a terrible 2020 season. You can compare this to the 2017 season, his first year of Stewart-Haas Racing. But as a fan of Clint Bowyer for a long time, I actually look at this season comparing to the 2016 season, where he was completely irrelevant. And that's the way he's been this year. He has not been a factor. And that's pretty much the whole Stewart-Haas camp, except Kevin Harvick. But Kevin Harvick has a couple good races here and there. He just can't get to finish. But you get the point, though. Harvick has 2 wins, and Bowyer has 0. Amarola has 0, and Custer 26 in points. I don't even know to talk about that. But I think he gets the ball rolling this weekend at Pocono. and he probably contends for a top 10 finish. That's what my dark horse is meant to be, a guy that can contend for a top 10 finish. But there you go, 18, 11, 2, 24, 48, and 14 is a dark horse. And the last 2 weeks for NASCAR has been pretty bad when it comes to the weather. This weekend does not look that promising, but it could change. Saturday's race, as of right now, AccuWeather shows that it'll be raining on Saturday the whole afternoon. And then Sunday, the chances of rain decrease as the afternoon goes on. So I think the Sunday race will probably go on without a doubt. But I would expect a delay or two on the Saturday race. So we'll see how things go. I'm not a meteorologist, but everybody though, please like and subscribe and go down below and do the Pick 5 contest. Peace.